All right, what's up, everyone? Dino Verone here. I'm alongside Scott Sloan. All right, what's up, everyone? Dino Verone here from Wheel Talk Hockey alongside Greg Thompson and Rob Chornomud of LaBeta. What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
Good. I'm a little tired, but it's been a good 2 days so far.
That's it, 2 days?
Yeah, well, almost a week, I guess, for me, but yeah, it's been a good start of the tournament.
How about you, Rob?
Super happy with the start. Definitely tough to get here, right away, but couldn't be more pumped to be here. And, the vibe and everything going on in the building has been awesome from the moment we walked in.
Yeah. Yep, so what do we have? We have 09s, 10s, 12s. What other divisions going on right now?
09s, 12s. I'm going to say 10s and 11s, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And tomorrow we kick off the Palmer Pro play-in.
Correct.
Just give us a little information about that.
Yeah, so there's two brackets. Pool A, we have Chornomud Blast, LaBeta, Sweden, Mach 1 Chemistry, and the Skittles. And then Pool B, we have Epic Ringster, Blood and Feathers, Champion Wheelers, LaBeta Freeze, and Ringster.
Pretty good competition there.
Yeah, it's going to be tight for sure, with only 2 spots heading up to the Palmer Pro Division. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a battle.
So as a
No
long-time
holds
player,
barred, baby. No holds barred in the Palmer Pro play-in.
So as a long-time player, coach, and just been around the game, how do you like the Palmer Pro play-in?
I think it's a great idea. I think it doesn't makes it that much tougher to advance and prove your worth. Last year 2 teams advanced through. They didn't win a game. So I think it just makes that situation where you're playing in to not just go off of a roster, but make teams prove themselves to get there. And then, once you're there, you're in the dance, you never know what could happen.
Yeah, kind of like the old school days where you started maybe in silver, went gold, platinum, whatever, right? So it's kind of a throwback. I'm kind of looking forward for the team to get in there and go on a run and go win it from there. So,
we need a little spice in the sport, I think.
Who do you think could be that way? I mean, I just coming off of the last tournament we just watched, the Champion Wheelers are they beat both Palmer in the game and Chornomud. They lost a tight game against the Envious Wings, so I give them a little chance to do something here. What do you guys feel?
Yeah, well, personally, I haven't compared the rosters to see who's coming and who wasn't, who was at Narch and who was at Tours or State Wars or vice versa. But, just off the top of my head, I think the Frees are going to come out strong, especially with my 2 Czech boys.
Chuck Thompson?
Yep. Those guys, obviously, you have the Skittles, you have the Champion Wheelers, who had a great performance at Narch. And then Chornomud Blast, obviously. I mean, those guys, they work hard. Those are the teams you don't want to play against, right, Rob? The teams that work hard and they're just all over you and they have nothing to lose.
No, for sure. I mean, they're young kids that still got wheels and they want to prove something, so they're coming out here and they love to knock off, a top seed team.
And they don't care who they're playing.
At this point in time, it doesn't matter. They're not coming in with, nothing to lose. So.
Yeah. Some of these other teams might get a little nervous or, look at rosters and big names and say, oh, man, like, this is going to be a tough one and kind of bring themselves down a little bit. But there's some teams in the play-in that I think they're up for the challenge, but we'll see first puck drop.
Yeah, I mean, I think after last year, you get a chance to see what it was all about. So teams that came last year, I think, realized, okay, we just can't show up with our current rosters and think that's going to translate to, being able to compete at the highest level. So I think last year was the perfect opportunity for teams to come in, figure it out. They came in and they didn't figure it out. They realized, okay, this is a lot tougher than we thought. So hopefully year 2 now, it gives them a chance to reload and figure out what it takes to get there. And not just get there, but also what it's going to take once you get there.
Well, speaking of, reloading, we were just talking about there's no sniper team for the first time in about 20 years, and some of those players are now jumping on all these other teams. So talk about the landscape. You see these guys playing on the car shields now and the Palmers and the different teams. So, what do you feel about that?
Yeah, listen, kind of stinks for the sport, honestly, right, Rob? It's, just to have another really good competitive team in the mix, but it gives another team an opportunity to kind of step up and prove themselves as well. Some guys are scattered across some other teams, some guys retired, and some guys just can't make it, but it's definitely a different look, I think, personally, for the pro division.
Yeah, it's tough to see a team that's been around for so long, that's, been so championship savvy over the years to not be in the mix still and have the name and the brand and the flag, running. But you want to see that hopefully these players go on to, in the right spots to make other teams stronger, and hopefully it just makes this division everything we want it to be, which is, the final gauntlet you got to go through to prove, you're the best roller hockey team in the world.
That's it. So speaking of which, you're the defending champions. How do you think your roster looks? And coming off a Narch win, how do you feel?
I mean, we feel good. I think we had to. We've had a couple injuries this season, so we lost Kyle Mayhew, who's a big loss. You're not replacing a Kyle Mayhew. You're hoping to just keep the bleeding at a minimum. So that was a tough one to lose, and I lost another defensive stalwart for us, Taylor Aronson, with a groin injury. So, one big physical, strong D that knows the system and knows the guys really well. And then Kyle, who was coming off of Defensive Player of the Year in the East Coast and, had a great year last year. So we were expecting even more this year. So just two big hits, but at the same time, love the fact that the boys rallied around that.
Yeah.
And, I think it proves to, a lot of, building on something and not just, reloading with a whole new bunch of faces that, we've been tried and true on keeping a core group together. And really the only time we're looking at filling a hole is if there's an injury, so we really feel good that our team here at Narch at least rallied around and had a hell of a statement game in that game to be able to prove that, there's a lot to having a chemistry and flow with the boys, and the family atmosphere really proved to be worth a lot.
All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up with just a couple of quick questions. Maybe give us an old dog in the division that you expect something out of, and give us a young player to watch, like a kid like Jack O'Hannison. I've been watching for now a year or two. I like the way he plays. He scores a lot of goals. Give us someone you're looking at.
I just want to bring up the plane again. My wild card team might be Sweden. I think they're going to come in strong, honestly. I think they picked up a couple players from the national team. They've been playing a lot. A lot of them were just at the European Championships. They've been coming the last couple of years, and I think they, like Rob said, they kind of are learning how to bulk up the right way to compete in this tournament, right?
The right pieces.
Yeah, so I think they're going to have a good showing this year as well. As far as young player, there's so many of them. All those Chornomud Blast kids can wheel. They can all skate. They play a lot of hockey together. They've been playing all summer, but not one in particular right now that comes to mind.
Yeah, I agree with Thompson on the Sweden team. Yeah. I think they're coming in as this team that nobody really, I think, is expecting much out of. But the one thing I'll give them is they came last year and realized what they didn't have. And I don't think you're going to cross the Atlantic and do it twice. So I truly feel that that's a team that nobody's putting much onus or emphasis on. But I think that's a team that could come out, with a quick punch in the mouth and surprise a few teams out there, because I do agree that they brought players, but at least understand what they're getting themselves into. Yeah. Last year was, I think, a little bit of an eye-opening for them, and now it's okay.
Just like a lot of pro ice guys, when they show up to the sport, they think they're going to do what they do, and it takes a little transition. So
no, for sure.
Yeah, and if you look at it last year, they got better and better as the tournament went on, right? So they got stronger, they adapted better. But yeah, World Championships last year in Italy, Sweden, they made a statement. They got better and better every game. They beat some big name teams. European Championships, I just followed a little bit, and they play great there. So I think they're there. Let's just see if they can get over that hump.
Yeah, I agree. And also the young guys, there's a ton. It's just to pull one out of this feeding frenzy pond, I think is going to be a tough one, because I think there is a lot of kids that are making that next step to be put themselves on the map as the next guy.
So let's keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see who that guy is. If there's one clear cut, but I think there's going to be a new wave of players that everybody's going to be eyeballing after this.
Let's hope so. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been the
Seriously,
same kind
yeah.
of guys for the last,
Yeah,
10, 15, 20 years.
You're always
almost.
talking the old guys over and over, and
Yeah.
I think it's time to start seeing that new crop.
Definitely. So I think, it's been a long day here on day 2, Wednesday, July 23rd, but after talking Power Pro playing and the upcoming weekend of Power Pro, I think we're excited. So
yeah.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, and, keep it going. It's going great. Good man.
Thanks.
Looking forward
Thanks
to
a
it,
lot,
boys.
Rob.
We'll talk.
Chornomud, Tomsky, see you guys later.